Hey, hola mi amigos. Welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review. And before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification button to let you guys know when I go live or post a new video. And the figures here that we have in front of us are the DC Direct, DCeased Superman, and DCeased Harley Quinn. These figures were discontinued back in the day. I remember seeing these figures everywhere at my local comic book shops and at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas here in San Antonio, about 3 hours here from Houston. And I remember always wanting to pick them up, but never really pulled the trigger. And I remember just looking at these and being impressed, man. I always feel like these figures were ahead of its time. Again, they were discontinued, and recently, I believe either this year or late last year, Mcfarlane Toys did purchase the line and said he was going to continue it by starting off with the DCeased line. And yeah, I'm very excited to get a quick here look at the figures. But before we do that, we'll get a quick look at the packaging, and then we'll crack these bad boys open. Now getting a quick look at the packaging. Both of them are very similar except in different colors. Up here, you get the name of the characters. You get a very nice foil right there that says DC Direct. You get DC Direct down here. The number that these figures are in the line, 32 and 33. An open window on the side. Promotional images of the figures back here. You get a read up on the line up here and a read up on the characters right there. So you want to pause that and read that now. You can do so. The rest of the line down here, a bunch of bullshit down here. Promotional images over here. Again, the numbers that are in the line, 32 and 33. On the bottom, you get a whole bunch of bullshit. And yeah, man, let's crack these bad boys open. And here we have both figures out the packaging. Other than the lack of accessories in this whole wave, as none of the figures in this wave come with any accessories, these figures, man, are absolutely amazing. This is what Toddy Mac should be doing with his whole DC license. These figures, man, are just absolutely great. Getting a quick look here at the head sculpt with Superman. This thing is absolutely insane, man. I will say the eyes look a little bit off to me, but that's probably the biggest complaint I have about this figure. Other than that, this thing is nice, crisp, and clean. The emblem on the chest is very nicely applied. The Schwartz and paint on the boots all look very, very nice. You do get some scuffing down here, but I think that's because he is a zombie. The arms look very nice. You get some blood splatter and some wash in those hands to really make him look zombified. Even the inside of his hands gets some very nice treatment with paint. On the back, it does get a little bit sloppy right there with some of the blue on the cape. But you do get a very nice black wash on the bottom to make it look like it's, you know, getting a little bit dirty. On the back, not much paint. But yeah, this figure right here is very nice. Other than the lack of accessories, the eyes are a little bit off, and these huge pins here on the torso. That's the only complaints I have about this figure, man. He is pretty great, pretty badass compared to all the other Supermans that Mcfarlane Toys has released in the DC Multiverse line. Bringing in Harley Quinn, this thing right here, man, she is beautiful. In a horrific way, but she is beautiful. She is a beautiful figure. You get very nice head sculpt with some gashes and some scars and some chunk of flesh missing on her head. You get these little balls right here on her mask that are all dirty. You can see some green, some black in there, washed in there. That face sculpt, man, is absolutely insane. I do feel that this line has a ways to go on the eyes. They're a little bit off-centered on both of these figures, but other than that, they look absolutely amazing. I mean, come on, look at that, man. Look at all that blood and gore. Moving down to the neck piece right here, get some blood splatter on that white collar. The breasts right here have some blood splatter on there as well. Moving down to the legs, they all look very nice and clean. I really like that they use this flat matte paint on the legs and the rest of the body as well with Superman. They're not shiny and glossy like most action figures are. I really like this matte finish. Moving down to the heels, they look quite nice. On the back, you get the little diamonds on her butt. These little cuffs around her wrist are covered in blood as well. Yeah, man, this thing is absolutely gorgeous, man. I really, really do enjoy it quite a bit. But yeah, nice figures overall, man. Let's get a quick look at articulation. Then we'll get some size comparisons. Now getting a quick look at articulation. Starting off with Superman, his head is on a dumbbell joint. Actually, no, it's on a ball and hinge. He can look up. Oh, that is very stiff. but he can look up all the way. That is amazing. I really like that. He can look down a great amount. You get no real head pivot, but his arms are on ball joints and he can hit a T-pose fairly nicely. He does have upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in a great amount. His hands are on hinges that hinge up and down and rotate a full 360. He has a very deep ab crunch that bends in this much, which is a great amount. And it bends a great amount back. It is ratcheted, I believe, and it's very, very tough ratchet in there, so do be careful when you're moving him around. He does have a waist swivel, upper thigh cuts on a DC figure. I love to see it, man. I love to see it. They do rotate right there. They are kind of stiff, so you might want to heat this figure up. He does have double jointed knees that bend in a great amount. Boot rotation, which I love to see as well. And then he does have ball jointed ankles that hinge this much forward, that much back, and they do rock to the side with no pecos at the bottom of the feet. Now, Harley Quinn herself over here. Her articulation is quite nice too. Sorry, I'm moving my light over here. Her articulation is quite nice compared to the female Marvel Legends. This figure was ahead of its time. Just now, the Marvel Legend female characters are getting upper bicep swivel and double jointed elbows. This figure did it a very long time ago. So starting off with the head, she can look up that much. She can look down that much. She gets no real head pivoting. Her arms are on ball joints that move up a great amount. She does have upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in all the way, man. That is absolutely amazing. Her hands are on hinges that hinge up and down and rotate a full 360. She does have a diaphragm cut, but it doesn't really move other than side to side. It doesn't want to really crunch forward much, and it crunches a little bit further back. Actually, it does move a little bit more now that I've kind of loosened it up a little bit. She does have a upper thigh cut, a ball joint at the hip that kicks this much forward, this much back, this much to the side, which is a great amount. She does have double jointed knees that bend in a great amount. She does have upper thigh or upper shin cut right there. She does have hinges on her feet that hinge this much forward, that much back, and she does have great ankle pivot with pecos at the bottom of the feet. Now getting a quick look at some size comparisons. Here we have Superman and Harley Quinn next to the Marvel Legends Shriek and the Marvel Legends Thor. Here they are next to the Marvel Legends Thanos and the Marvel Legends Hulk. Here they are next to the Marvel Legends Retro Card Spider-Man and the Mezco Spider-Man 2099. Here they are next to the NECA Turtles in Disguise Donatello and Raphael. And last but certainly not least, here they are next to the unparalleled Captain America and the Marvel Legends Retro Card Ant-Man. And there you have it, a pretty solid offering by DC Direct. I'm pretty sure these figures were already tooled up and had the molds ready to go when this line was canceled. And Todd McFarlane just bought them and reused those molds to release these figures. I'm hoping moving forward with this line, if it does move forward, that he does give us a lot more variety with characters. Unlike his DC multiverse line that it's nothing but Batmans. And I hope that he gives us this style of articulation with these figures, man. This is what he should be releasing. Modern articulation and variety within the whole line, not just Batman's. These figures are great, man. I enjoyed them. Again, they didn't feel like Todd McFarlane toys. They felt like it was done by Hasbro. It was done by Mattel. Actually, not Mattel. Mattel did a pretty horrible job with their DC line. But with it has Hasbro style articulation. Reminds me a lot of Marvel Legends. And yeah, man, these are just very, very great figures. I hope this line continues and it goes within this path of, again, modern articulation and sculpt. And yeah, again, very happy with these figures, man. But if you enjoyed this review, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. The links to all those are in the description down below. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.